Hi, I'm Randy Renner for InsideThunder.com at the Oklahoma History Center, where the introductory news conferences happened on Friday for two of the Thunder's new players. Both first-round picks were here, Mitch McGary and Josh Huestis. Also, Thunder General Manager Sam Presti and Assistant GM Troy Weaver had a chance to hear from them on the podium and some one-on-one time as well.
Well, first and foremost, just want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. Wonderful afternoon here in Oklahoma City, and an incredibly exciting day for our organization. Chance to welcome both Mitch and Josh and their families to the Thunder organization, as well as the city of Oklahoma City and the state of Oklahoma. It's a great day for us. Before I get started talking about these two individuals sitting next to me, I just want to also note that late last night we were able to acquire Samaje Christian in the late second round. He's unable to join us this afternoon. He's going to be made available to the media in a couple days when we begin summer league practice, and you have a chance to meet him, and we're excited about adding him to the organization as well. In respect to the guys, to my right here, Mitch and Josh. A couple things. It's great when you bring people into the organization, you can kind of talk about their qualities in some at the same time. With these two individuals, we feel like we're getting two people and players with tremendous competitive will, that are selfless basketball players, are players that understand their contributions to winning and have had experience impacting winning. And they're guys that we feel like fit our organization with the way they approach the game and the way they go about their business. So we're incredibly thrilled to have these types of competitors and these types of people in Oklahoma City Thunder uniforms. Mitch is a guy that we followed for quite some time. He brings tremendous energy, passion, plays with a great basketball IQ, and he brings a toughness that we value. Josh is a guy that from the time we started watching him, we were really impressed not only with his athleticism and his versatility, but he's got a tremendous poise and focus to him that allows him to play the game at a very, very high level while applying his athleticism and his length and his size. So these guys in combination are what we feel like add up to make us better than we were the day before. And we're thrilled to have them. So I'd like to welcome these guys to the Thunder.
Doing? First off, I just want to thank everybody for coming out this afternoon. It's an exciting day for Josh and I both, and Samaje as well, but he's not here. Just want to thank everybody. It's great to be a part of such a first-class organization, and you know, I'm thrilled to be here, and I can't wait to get started. You know, Kevin Durant already texted me this morning saying, can't wait to get to work. So, you know, I know these guys are eager to get us in the gym and get ready to, you know, be another NBA contender next year. So, you know, Thunder up. Just to reiterate what Mitch said, you know, it's an absolute honor to be here, to be part of this organization. We're really looking forward to it, and I know I speak for Mitch too when I say, you know, we are honored to have the opportunity to fulfill our dream, play for the Thunder, and do all that we can to help the team win. So, really looking forward to getting started.
This question is for both of you. I'm sure you watched Kevin Durant's MVP speech and everything that he said about his teammates. What does it mean to each of you to be teammates with a guy who respects his teammates that much?
I mean, to me, it's absolutely incredible. You know, like Mitch said, you know, Kevin reached out to him and he reached out to me too. And for someone like Kevin Durant, you know, top scorer in the world, to reach out to us, you know, guys that have just joined the organization, says something about his character and, you know, his vision of who the team can be. he values teamwork very highly, and I really want to be a part of an organization like that, and I'm very honored that someone such as himself would reach out to us and show that from top to bottom, best player to guys that have just joined the team, we're all one, and I'm really looking forward to being able to play with everybody. For me, I like to think of myself as a pretty good teammate. To see Kevin Durant reach out to each and every one of his teammates like that in his speech, and it was very heartfelt. And for a guy who receiving the Most Valuable Player award, to do that, to talk highly about each and every one of his teammates, shows a lot of character about him.
Michael Kenny, Norman Transcript. Can Mitch and Josh, can you just both talk about what was it like when you heard your names called and knew that you're going to be part of the Thunder?
You got it. Well, I was back in Chesterton, Indiana, with about 40-some people in my garage with my family, and basically it's so hectic. When my name was called, everybody was screaming. I didn't know what to think. First thing I did was turn around and hug my best friend. So it's just an amazing feeling being a part of this organization, hearing your name called, and realizing your dreams are coming true. It was the same thing. I was at home in Great Falls, Montana, watching it, with a big group of people that I care about, and just to share that experience with them, it was incredible. To hear my name called and feel like my dream is finally, it's being accomplished, but at the same time it's just getting started. It's indescribable, and it's something I'll never forget. And like Mitch said, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this will go.
Mitch, this question is for you. I'm Randy Renner with NBA.com and InsideThunder.com. How's your back, and do you hope to be able to play in Summer League, and are you hampered at all physically with your back?
My back's doing great. I'm just recovering, rehabbing every day, just trying to get better each and every day. It feels great, and I can't wait to. I've been back on the court, but I would like to play in the Summer League, and I plan to.
Troy, last night Sam gave you a lot of credit in terms of keeping track of Josh over the years. What stood out to you in terms of his attributes as a guy that you would want to bring in?
I guess when the Pistons won the championship, Larry Brown kind of coined the phrase that everybody was going around saying, play the right way. This guy plays the right way. You could just see it. The games, if they're up 20, they're down 20, he continues to play the right way. He has incredible concentration during the game. I first saw him really locked in. He's a sophomore. Stanford, they were playing Syracuse in the Garden. I've known his college coach since I was younger, being back from Washington, D.C., and he talked about, this young class he had. But my eyes kept gravitating towards 24 because of the way he played. You could just see the character he has on the floor, concentration, kind of teammate he is. I just thought it stood out, and it continued to stand out. And that's what kind of guy we want to bring to the team, to the organization. So if you really watch, it's obvious about what kind of player this guy is.
Mitch, I'm assuming you guys, and this really could be for both of you, you've watched the Thunder play. What do you think you can bring? Getting that rotation is tough in an established team like this, but what can you give the Thunder that maybe they're missing or maybe add to? What do you see yourselves bringing to the table?
Well, I'd like to bring a lot of toughness. I know this team's tough, but everybody needs an extra edge. And I definitely like to bring a lot more energy, even on and off the court. Being on the bench, I'm up on my feet almost every possession. So, whatever it takes for the team to win, I'm going to try and bring to the table. And I just want to be somebody that could come in, be a great teammate. Like Mitch said, I just want to help the team win. And, you know, I feel like I bring a blue-collar attitude to the game, you know, the toughness and the hard work. And that's something you can expect from me every single night. And that's something I take pride in. And I'm going to, you know, do that to the best of my ability to help this team win as many games as they can.
Josh, most mocks had you somewhere in the second round. Were you surprised when it was late first round and your name got called? And did you know you were on the Thunder's radar?
You know, going into the whole draft process and when the draft started, I tried not to think about anything in terms of where I was being placed or anything like that. That's out of my control. You know, I just knew that, you know, it was, like I said, it was out of my control, and whatever happened, happened. And when I did hear my name called, I was just so, you know, elated and just so happy. The fact that, you know, the Thunder took the time to say my name and thought highly enough of me and thought that I could come in and help the team win. And it was the most amazing feeling. And, you know, obviously going into it, you know, some people saw me at a certain spot, but, you know, it's, like I said, the draft process is just such a unpredictable thing that I was just going to not think about it and just see where I fell.
This question is actually for Sam. I was looking back at Josh's performance against Kansas in the NCAA tournament, holding Andrew Wiggins to 4 points and 1 for 6 shooting. When you look at a guy you're already on your radar, and then you see him do something like that, what does that do for making you want to pick up that phone a little earlier?
Well, I think, again, we never look at just one game or 2 games. We're looking at the body of work, and obviously in those high-pressure games and spotlight games, you're watching. But to Troy's point, I also think it's really valuable to see players maybe in situations where the whole world's not watching, and recognize their ability to stay locked in, to fulfill their assignments, when they're not playing against the best top tier player. And that's one of the things I was trying to articulate in my opening statement, which was that he's got a poise to him as a competitor that you don't see in young people that often, an ability to stay within plays, recover from mistakes and not get distracted. And you combine that with what we feel like is an elite package of athleticism, and that's the type of player that we want to try to work with and see if we can continue to cultivate inside our organization.
This is for Mitch and Josh both. So many guys, sometimes it seems like they're all fired up about the offensive end, looking for the highlight reel plays. You guys both tend to really get a lot of attention for your defensive abilities. What gave you that mindset to really concentrate and want to be a lockdown defender?
Like I said, I try to take pride in being a blue-collar guy and doing the dirty work. And, like you said, a lot of people focus on the highlight plays and things of that nature. And, those help win, but I'm a big believer in, this is the old saying, defense wins championships. And defense isn't something that everybody wants to do all the time because it's hard. You have to make a conscious effort to go out there and do it, and it's not something that is always enjoyable, but it's something that helps teams win. And I take great pride in that because it's something that I'm good at and I've been blessed enough to be good at, and a lot of teams value that. And I think that I can bring a lot of that to the Thunder and help them win as many games as I can. For me, everybody likes playing offense, but to get on offense, you got to play defense. And, whether it's taking charges, grabbing rebounds, something I really like doing, and just whatever it is to get the team the possession and to go on offense and try to score, that's something I like doing.
Mitch, you had to sit and watch a lot of basketball this year. Can you explain how frustrating that was, or I assume it was, and just what was going through your mind this past year?
Yeah, so I had back surgery and I had to sit out a while. So, it was difficult for me to sit on the sidelines, especially during the NCAA run when previous year our team made it to the final game. But, you know, really made me sit back and not take things for granted, because basketball could be taken away from me just like that. So, you know, I looked at it as motivation to try to stay optimistic and to encourage my teammates in whatever way I could, whether it was on the bench, cheering for them, giving them a few pointers, coaching them up, and you know, I just really took the initiative to help out my teammates when I wasn't out there.
I would just say one thing to add on to that. I said it last night, but the time that we were having the press conference, it was so late. I think most people in here probably were asleep. You know, it's funny when Mitch talks about, you know, being on the sidelines, not being able to participate during this past season. When we go back and we read all our information and we interpret all of our scouting reports, we spent a lot of time, you know, watching Michigan this year, and we had a lot of reports on him, even though he wasn't necessarily playing in those games, but just watching how he dealt with the adversity, how he dealt with his teammates, and being there before games. I'd see him rebounding the ball for guys, you know, keeping people up when you know, they were losing leads, and I think you can learn a lot about people in those situations. So while we go and we watch the plays, we also watch what's happening, you know, around the game, and that's what I think makes a great intangible player, someone that can impact his team. In this case, you know, just not even being in uniform, but with his spirit, his energy, and you can tell when that stuff's sincere, because not a lot of people can do it consistently. And he was very consistent with that, sincere with that, and I mean, he wouldn't be sitting here, quite honestly, if he handled it any different. So those are the types of people that we want to continue to layer into our program, into our organization. You can never have enough people like these two guys, and when we see that, we value it highly, maybe more highly than other people, but we like to think that's a competitive advantage for us.
What did Sam say to you when he did?
You know, just grateful to have you part of this organization. I think you're going to bring a lot of great character and you know, talent to this organization and help us try to win a championship.
When you go through the type of sophomore year that you went through, just the highs and lows, just including the freshman year, just what does it mean for you to get to this point right now?
It means everything. You know, for a team to take a chance on me after all the adversities I went through, and you know, the way I ended my collegiate career, it really shows a lot about them, and shows that they saw past the adversities and know that I could overcome them.
What did you say to them, I guess specifically, let them know that that was in your past and it's all about the future for you?
You know, every day you're learning something new, and you know, everything's a teaching moment. So you know, sometimes you make some bad decisions that you might regret, but it's how you respond to them and how you take responsibility.
Did you seek counsel? Who did you talk to as far as keeping your spirits up and how to handle it?
You know, I was down at a pretty long moment in my life after surgery, about a month, and really leaned on my teammate Jordan Morgan heavily. You know, I really found my newfound faith and really leaned on it with him, and he always picked me up. I wasn't at practice a lot just because I was bedridden, and you know, he would come by, man, you know, bring me food and just hang out with me and pick up my spirits, and you know, every day I'm grateful for him, because you know, if without him, you know, I don't know where I would be. You know, this is a first-class organization, and they're all about winning and doing it the right way, and they don't have anybody that's like higher. Like Kevin Durant is on the same platform as Perry Jones III or Reggie Jackson, and you know, I like that a lot, just because everybody's on the same level, same playing field, and no one's higher than anybody else. So you know, when I get in here, I'm going to work hard and you know, try to play my way into the rotation and do what I can to help the team win.
Do you think physicality mentality, rebounding are kind of the things that might translate from your game into the pros?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm a big physical guy. Like Josh, we have similar attributes, just being a blue-collar worker. I think, you know, right now I'm not at full strength, but, you know, when I get back to where I want to be, you know, I think I can definitely have an impact on the game.
I got a call just a few seconds before, and you know, when my phone rang, my heart just kind of dropped. It was just this really nerve-wracking experience. You can ask anybody that was there. I was just an absolute mess the entire time, but when it finally went through and my name was called, it was this absolute relief to know that everything I've worked for my whole life is starting to really culminate and, you know, take a big step forward, and I'm starting a new chapter in my life.
Who was on the other end? Was that Sam, or was that your agent, or who was calling?
It was my agent. They had just gotten off the phone with the team, so he called me up to let me know that it was happening, and then I just sat there and waited for it to be announced.
You kind of have a unique family situation, and I've seen a pretty cool video of your mom cheering you on and getting pretty into it. What kind of a foundation and just support system had that been for you?
You know, I have an incredible support system. I have a huge family, and, you know, they love me, and I love them, and they care for me so deeply that no matter what I've done in my entire life, you know, they've been behind me, and they've pushed me to succeed. They've made me who I am. You know, they've instilled in me the work ethic and the attitude I have today, and, you know, I owe it all to them for me getting to this point, and, you know, just I hope to make them proud with what I do here.
What's your strong suit?
My strong suit, first and foremost, I'm a defensive player and a rebounder. I want to be a lockdown defender for this team, do whatever I can to win. Great teammate, but I think, you know, where I make my mark and where I get time on the floor is by defending.
Anybody you proud of your game after?
You know, I really look at a person like even Kawhi Leonard. I really try and be somebody like that. I want to be somebody that can come in and, you know, just help a team win, do all the little things, defend multiple positions, knock down open shots, do all the dirty work.
Where are you offensively? You feel like you can hit, you know, an open NBA three, or where's your offensive game?
You know, I think my offensive game has come along, you know, greatly, even since the season ended. In terms of shooting that NBA three, I'm very comfortable with it. I've been working on it a lot, and, you know, I'm going to continue to work on it, and I think that as I continue to develop and work on my game, that, you know, it's going to take me to a lot of great places.
How did the Stanford experience impact you? Because that's not just a basketball experience, that's an academic, a cultural experience. How did that impact you?
Yeah, it was great. I got to be around, you know, some of the smartest, brightest minds in the entire world every day. And trust me, it didn't make me feel too good about my own intelligence every day, but, you know, it was amazing. I met some great people, and just to be part of such, you know, a storied institution, and to be able to graduate from there is something that, you know, is going to be with me for the rest of my life. You know, like Mitch said up there, basketball can be taken away from you at any minute, and the fact that I have my degree from there and that experience, it's, you know, invaluable to me.
Last one for Josh.
Yeah.
One more.
Josh, there's not as many distractions here as there are in some places, Miami, those kinds of places. What are your thoughts about coming to Oklahoma?
Oh, you know, I'm absolutely excited. I'm from a very small place. I'm from Montana, so, you know, I'm used to more country style and everything like that, you know, the slow pace, and, you know, I think it's going to be a great fit for me. I'm really looking forward to moving down here.
Also, the Thunder have another player that they were able to acquire the rights to in the second round. That's Samaje Christian from Xavier. He wasn't able to be here today, but the Thunder hope to bring him in for a news conference shortly, and all of those players hope to be playing in Summer League here beginning next weekend, although Mitch McGary's health status still a little bit up in the air. Keep following us along on the website. We'll keep you updated as we move along at InsideThunder.com.